After a long day balancing the chaos of parenting, work, and everything else modern life throws our way, there's something quietly magical about sinking into another world, one woven through the pages of a novel. For many, like myself, this nightly retreat becomes not just a moment of rest, but a nourishing ritual. Lately, I've been slipping away to early 20th century southern India, where the air smells like jasmine and the water is never far. I get there through Abraham Verghese's rich, immersive book The Covenant of Water, and it's been exactly the kind of comfort I didn't realize I needed. Even during the more challenging moments, like this past winter when my kids and I were trading illnesses like baseball cards, books became my reprieve. Glynis MacNichols, I'm mostly here to enjoy myself, gave me a passport to Paris, letting me live vicariously through solo walks and spontaneous pleasures in the City of Light. And with every page, I felt lighter, more centered, and unexpectedly recharged. This quiet form of restoration has a name: bibliotherapy. It's not just a poetic idea, it's a meaningful practice with real emotional benefits. Emily Rumble, a licensed clinical social worker in Massachusetts, has been using bibliotherapy with her clients for over 15 years. Through her work and upcoming book Bibliotherapy in the Bronx, she highlights something beautiful and affirming. Reading can be more than entertainment. It can be healing. It can help us make sense of ourselves. And more than anything, it can gently remind us that we are not alone. Stories have a subtle but profound power. They stir our emotions, spark our curiosity, and sometimes stop us in our tracks with how deeply they resonate. According to Rumble, when a passage moves us to tears or laughter or even discomfort, it's an invitation to pause and ask, why? What's this story touching in me? What memory is it unlocking? What perspective is it offering that I hadn't considered? That simple curiosity, that moment of inward reflection, is where so much growth begins. Keeping a journal nearby while reading, as Rumble suggests, is a lovely way to capture those sparks of self-awareness. And even more than that, reading helps us slow down. It pulls us out of autopilot. In a world that often demands constant output, books create a sacred space to just be, to sit with emotions, explore ideas, or even reframe our worries with more compassion and clarity. The benefits extend beyond personal insight. Through fiction, memoirs, and historical narratives, we begin to understand others more deeply. Stories are windows into lives that may not mirror our own, but in reading them, we find empathy. We see the common threads of struggle, resilience, joy, and fear. We remember that suffering isn't isolated, and neither is hope. Even the type of book or format doesn't matter much. It's all about connection. Whether you're into sweeping historical fiction, edge-of-your-seat thrillers, biographies, fantasy, or romance, what matters is that it moves you. Some people unwind with audiobooks on walks. Others curl up with dog-eared paperbacks or swipe through chapters on an e-reader. It's all reading, and it's all valid. And while it's wonderful to enjoy this practice solo, bibliotherapy can also happen in the therapist's office. Rumble notes that reading about fictional characters allows people to explore difficult emotions and past experiences in a safe, less direct way. It can soften the process of opening up and make space for healing that feels less overwhelming. Sometimes, it's easier to talk about them first, before realizing we're really talking about ourselves. Perhaps most comforting of all is that there's no need to track, compete, or turn reading into a race. Despite headlines about declining reading rates, Rumble encourages readers to let go of numbers and deadlines. The joy is in the journey, not in how many books you check off a list. One great book read slowly and deeply can have more of an impact than 10 rushed through for the sake of a goal. That's the magic of this practice. It doesn't require grand plans or perfect conditions. It's there for you when you need to escape, when you want to grow, or when you just need to rest. So tonight, once the house quiets and the chaos winds down, I'll be heading back to India, back to Verghese's lyrical world, back to a place where stories hold me gently and remind me that there's still beauty, depth, and healing in the simple act of turning a page.